The first duty of government is to protect our rights.
It's our job to maintain the proper role of government in what we were tasked to do.
Obviously, we over budgeted last year. I hate to say that I was right, but I was right.
And I think that that's what we need to look at more, is trying to get back to what we used to be, where our churches and our families took care of each other instead of relying on the state.
And we have no way to maintain control over the spending of this program, and it will be a disaster for this state long term.
But we have a whole gamut of kids whose parents would like to do something for them and they cannot.
I take our constitutional rights, the constitutional rights of my constituents, very seriously.
This is simply about putting it out of reach of young, innocent, vulnerable children and making our libraries and schools a safe place for them to go.
And I am increasingly frustrated that we cannot stop ourselves from drinking at the public trough.
He's sounding the alarm. He's saying if we don't address these issues, we potentially might have greater problems moving forward.
And Mr. Speaker, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you boil this down, there is never any time that a parent's right to govern what their children see and what they're exposed to should ever be bypassed.
If I was looking at a business and I was looking at these figures, there would be heads rolling because this is unsustainable.
We're supposed to be bottom-up government. We're supposed to be representing my citizens' ideas and your citizens' ideas, and we're supposed to be discussing them and debating them to come to a conclusion.
We need to start making Idaho first. We need to start making America first.
We need to be protecting our First Amendment rights, not inventing ways to slowly chip away at them.
The First Amendment and our freedom of religion, freedom of speech are our first liberties. They are so important. We don't have the rest without them.
It's at this point that we're going to put the House at ease for our Idaho Day program. We're so thankful that we have this opportunity every year to celebrate our good state. And with that, we will be at ease for the program.
Good morning, representatives. I'm Representative Jeff Ehlers. I'm going to be the Master of Ceremonies today for Idaho Day. And welcome. Idaho Code Section 73-108C designates March 4th as Idaho Day. It also declares that the Speaker of the House of Representatives shall conduct appropriate ceremonies and programs on Idaho Day to honor Idaho's heritage. Now, since none of us want to break the law, and that is the law, we're here today to celebrate Idaho Day. We appreciate the members of the committee, Representative Mitchell, who's the chair of the Idaho Day Committee, and Representative Church, also a member of the committee. And we want to recognize with us former Representative Lyndon Bateman in the gallery, who was instrumental in the creation of this day in Idaho Day. Please welcome Representative Bateman. That way. Thank you. We also recognize and welcome any and all our other guests with us today in the gallery. We appreciate those that have provided the flowers this year, Kelly and Linda Berkstead from Idaho Falls. We also appreciate those that designed your program today. That was Madeline Patterson. She's a former student of Representative Church. She's been a legislative intern and a graduate of Boise State. You also have some pins on your desk that you saw today. That was designed by Lizzie Duke Moe, also a former student of Representative Church and a graduate of Boise High School. And we appreciate all of the staff and the clerks and everyone that has taken time to help put this program together. We're going to deviate a little bit from what's printed in the program. We're first going to hear a musical number by the Boise Chordsmen, and then we'll have a guest speaker, Dr. Andrew Finstuen from Boise State University's the director of the Institute for Advancing American Values and the dean of the Honor College. And then I'll lead us in a trivia game. But first, the Boise Chordsmen. They're a men's barbershop chorus that's been providing a cappella music since 1957. This year will be their 15th year of an event called the Boise Youth Barbershop Festival, with over 800 students participating. Today, they will perform 2 numbers. The first of which we'll hear right now is called Hymn to Freedom. Please welcome the Boise Chordsmen.
What beautiful voices. I'm afraid my voice isn't as beautiful. Mr. Speaker, members of the House, and those serving on the Idaho Day Committee, and to all gathered here, thank you for this opportunity to speak on this special occasion. There is an old saying about public speaking: be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. Well, academics are rarely brief. Let's leave that second point alone. And before I am gone, today we celebrate President Abraham Lincoln's creation of the Idaho Territory on March 4th, 1863. Next year, 2026, will be an even bigger celebration as we throw a party for America's 250th birthday, our semi-quincentennial. As a professor of American history and the founding director of the Institute for Advancing American Values at Boise State, all of it excites me. I may also sound excitable because I am the son of a preacher and a former college football player who called the huddle. That explains the passionate volume of my voice as today we honor Idaho and America. In preparation for this talk, I walked a bit of Idaho's history. I began at Lincoln's statue in Julia Davis Park, a sculpture originally done by Idaho's son, Gutzon Borglum, who chiseled Lincoln, Jefferson, Washington, and Teddy Roosevelt on Mount Rushmore. From there, I traveled past the Idaho Black History Museum, the Lewis and Clark Memorial featuring Sacagawea, and the log cabin of Isaac Costin, an early settler and delegate to the Idaho Constitutional Convention of 1889. Next, I walked into the Idaho State History Museum. I arrived at a display about the construction of this very capitol. Architects John Tertelet and Charles Hummel piled the marble that surrounds us for a clear purpose. They hoped the building would inspire, as they said, the great white light of conscience to break through and make clear the path of duty. My path from the History Museum landed me in front of Lincoln again. He stands tall, right out there on Capitol Boulevard. The statue commemorates his creation of the Idaho Territory and honors another momentous event of 1863, his delivery of the Gettysburg Address. We all know the opening. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I stood there, reflecting on how the values of liberty and equality frame the Declaration of Independence. And I thought, Idaho embodies independence. I'll say that again. Idaho embodies independence. That is a common sense observation originating from our landscape and from our national heritage. The landscape demands independence of mind and spirit to journey through the valleys, the mountains, the rivers, the lakes, the deserts, and the forests of Idaho. Something our state song, Here We Have Idaho, celebrates by singing, "You've heard of the wonders our land does possess." I look forward to those notes resounding in this chamber at the end of the program. Likewise, the founders insisted upon independent minds and spirits as common sense and as natural rights, what George Washington and others called liberty of conscience. Such liberty of mind and spirit catapulted Idaho forward and fueled Idaho's contributions to America's 250 years. I carried these thoughts with me as I departed Lincoln and started toward the Capitol, the final stop on my history walk. And on my approach, and I promise I am not making this up, the sound of liberty filled the air as a passerby rang the Liberty Bell that stands sentry in front of this house of the people. Those chimes escorted me up the 33 steps and into the building. I walked up those steps, only to walk down to visit the Garden Levels tributes to the state's past. Throughout this Idaho walk of history, from start to finish, I saw an intrepid people who built this state by expressing their liberty of conscience and spirit. I saw Idahoans from north, south, east, and west who cultivated the land, both the ground below and the ground above, turning the state into an engine of productivity. Others revved that engine through hallmark companies like Morrison Knudsen, United Airlines, Albertsons, Simplot, Boise Cascade, Potlatch, Sun Valley, Amalgamated Sugar, Micron, and more. This record of hard work and innovation raises the question, what more could Idaho have done to meet the U.S. Constitution's call for the promotion of the general welfare? I saw a state granting women the right to vote in 1896, with Mary Wright becoming the first woman to lead a party in the state legislature in 1899. I saw a state balancing the independence of the land by establishing the first major park in the Northwest, while also protecting the independence of Idahoans to hunt, fish, and recreate on the land. Of course, I did not see a perfect people. No history or people claim that quality. The founders knew this too. It's why James Madison wrote, "If men were angels, no government would be necessary." His honesty humbles us, as do the exhibit downstairs where we learn the state constitution originally denied voting rights to Mormons, Indians, and Chinese. We learn of the internment of Japanese Americans at Minidoka. But we also know these stories are not the only stories of the people just named. They have contributed mightily to this state and to this nation. But as students of the past, the founders understood how a republic must guard against unchecked liberty of conscience. They responded with genius. A constitution balancing liberty and responsibility. The preamble to Idaho's Constitution follows their genius, balancing liberty and responsibility to promote, as it says, the common welfare. Now, this balance spurs Idahoans and Americans to outrun the shadows of history, strive for a more perfect union, and ensure that all may pursue their happiness. Lincoln expressed this hope 2 years after he created the Idaho Territory. Yes, on this very day, March 4th, in 1865, Lincoln, a farm boy turned president, delivered his second inaugural to a nation reeling from war. His closing words from that speech are etched in stone and face this Capitol. His words are as famous as any in the world, and they set a standard for America's conscience. He asked for malice toward none and charity for all. On this March 4th, Lincoln models for us liberty of conscience, its virtuous height with malice toward none, and depth, charity for all. Idahoans know about heights and depths. They mark our landscape, from the heights of Mount Bora to the depths of Hell's Canyon, and in our best moments, they mark the hearts and minds of the men and women, past and present, who built this state by liberty and by conscience. What a story. What a heritage. Once steeped in that heritage was a man who spoke softly and carried a big stick. No, not Teddy Roosevelt, but Harmon Killebrew, a rural, down-to-earth Payette, Idaho farm boy turned baseball legend. Killebrew said, "Life is precious. Let's make every moment count and help those who have a greater need than our own." Idaho Day is a moment that counts. I count it as a great honor to close by saying, here we have Idaho, the wonders our land does possess. I count it as a great honor to have walked Idaho's history, a history shaped by the wonders Idaho's people possess. In that independence of mind and virtuous spirit, let us hold fast to our state motto, Esto Perpetua. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Finstuen. And now if you could all pull out your devices, we're going to have a little fun. Can you unmute it? Yes. Unmute. And live. Can we switch screens? Yeah. Yep. All right. We're going to have a little bit of Idaho Day trivia. So, pages and secretaries, if you can come in, please go to kahoot.it, K-A-H-O-O-I-T.it. I only have enough licenses for the members and the staff, so anybody in the gallery, sorry. But if everybody could pull out their devices, raise your hand or signal one of the pages if you need help getting logged in. So go to kahoot.it and enter the code. Yes, there we go. Pages come on by and help out. You can use your nickname. We'll just need to identify you at the end if you've won. And also remember, this is being broadcast live, so use appropriate nicknames, please. You can change your avatar as well if you want to be that sophisticated. So go to kahoot.it, enter that code. You can also scan the QR code. While we're getting loaded, not only will you have bragging rights if you win, we do have a prize for the winner. And prizes for second place and third place. We appreciate the Idaho Potato Commission for donating these prizes to us. All right, we're getting there. We got 42 of you. Anybody else still need help logging in? '56, 57. Okay, anybody else? Raise your hands. We still have a few more of the younger generation here to help you. This is what happens when you put a millennial in charge of Idaho Day. We play Kahoot. All right. Anybody else? This is your last chance. Okay. We've got 67 of us, so that's pretty good numbers. 68, 2 absent or excused. Oh, I'm one of them. I can't play. I already know the quiz. All right. So here's how it's going to work. So if you haven't played Kahoot before, there's going to be, we'll do a practice question worth 0 points. But there'll be 11 questions total. Each question is worth 1,000 points. But the slower you are to answer, the less points you get. So if you get it right first, you get 1,000. If you get it wrong, you get 0. But if you take like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you're only going to get like 500 points. So you want to be accurate and fast. And it should show up both on here and on your device. You should be able to see the question and the answers. So are we still... Okay, couple more. All right, that's the explanation. So we're going to give you a few more seconds, and then we'll hit start. And then it should show up in your device. And then, all right. Okay. We're going to start with the practice one. Turn up the volume anymore? Is that the volume? Up. Okay. All right, here you go. Get ready. Quiz. Which U.S. president made Idaho a territory? If you're listening to our speech, you should know this answer. You have 20 seconds to guess or until everybody guesses. I think there's still one more that hasn't answered yet. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Look at you. Somebody got off. All right. Good job, mostly. Okay, that was just our practice. It was worth 0 points. Now we're playing for reals. So get ready. Here we go. Next question. Oh, this will give you the leaderboard after each round, so you can kind of know where you're at. All right. Question 2. What is the population of Idaho? This is from the July 2024 census. If you try Googling it, you're going to lose points. Oh, most of you did pretty good. The correct answer was in yellow, just over 2 million. Okay, let's see who's in the lead. Yes, please, whoever that is. Good job. You're in the lead. Okay. Next question. How many cattle are in Idaho? Give it your best guess if you don't know. I think I got this from the Idaho Cattlemen's Association. Oh, there we go. 2.55 million. For those of you that can do math from the last question, yes, there are more cows in Idaho than people. Okay, let's see who's up. Yes, please, is doing and pants. Okay. Shirts and pants. Okay, I got it. I won't make any more comments. Okay, next question. What county is 7B? You see a 7B on the license plate. Where's that from? Yes, Bonner. Less than half of you got it right. Probably only the ones that are from Bonner here got it right. Okay, let's see who's in the lead. CR. All right, good job. And Hancock. Okay, all right, all right. Okay, next question. What is the official Idaho state tree? There will be a picture of it in case you need that. I think there's one more of you. Western white pine. Good job. Okay, who's in the lead? CR and still Hancock, neck and neck. All right. Clay. Huh. All right. All right. Okay, next question. Name this body of water. Good luck. That's a Google image of a body of water in Idaho. Payette Lake. Good guesses, though. Okay, who's ahead? Coach in the lead. All right, it's close. It's close. We've got a few more questions. Next question. Name this famous Idahoan in this picture. Hopefully you can see that. Three, two, one. Cecil Andrus. Thank you, Representative Church, for providing that picture to us. I'm not sure it's ever been seen before in public. Yeah, did she get it right? Did you get it right, Representative Church? Did you get that question right? Nope. All right, next. Oh, hold on. Pants. Pants. Abraham Lincoln has come back to play Kahoot. All right, next question. Using power from the UNL, what was the first city in the world to be powered by nuclear energy? That was an easy one. Arco. Good job, guys. Okay, next question. This one is a little different. Oh, you want to see who's up in the lead? Okay. So no change, still close. Okay. Next question's a little different. This one isn't worth any points. There's no wrong answer, but this is an age-old debate we've had in this body for years. It is time to put it to a vote. This is a non-debatable motion, and there will be prizes. Ready? Who is the good-looking gentleman from 22? We're going to settle this once and for all. Oh! Would both gentlemen please come forward? Both gentlemen, we have a prize for you. Erica, can you help?
Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman from 22, but not the good-looking one.
I have always yielded that he was the good-looking gentleman from 22, but I was the better-looking gentleman from 22.
Come on forward. We have prizes for you. Both of you. Well, you can read your prize. It's a magnetic ribbon to always remember this moment. Ms. Clerk, could you read that? Or the gentleman from 22? What does it say?
Next time.
And now the gentleman has, so he can always remember who he is, it says, the good-looking gentleman.
Good-looking gentleman.
I knew they'd be good sports. They promised me no lawsuits after this, so. All right, we're back at it. We got a couple more questions. This is actually for real points again, so buckle up. Here we go. Next question. Idaho is the blank state to enter the Union. Hopefully you remember this from 4th grade when we all took Idaho history. Yes, 43rd. Good job. All right. Okay, I think we've, let's see who's ahead. Oh, this is close. Okay. I think we have 2 more questions. Which of the following is not a high school mascot in Idaho? The Russets, the Maniacs, the Wampus Cats, or the Fighting Bunnies? Fighting Bunnies. Good job. All right, very last question. Okay. Oh, we got to see who's in the lead. Ooh.
Where are the Wampus?
All right. The Wampus Cats was that one. Shelley's Russets. Or Fino. Okay. You get bonus points. I can't do that on here, but last question. Here we go. Name this Idaho politician in this picture. Let's see how well we know our speaker. I'm not going to reveal my sources on that picture. Okay, the moment you've been waiting for, we're going to have prizes for the 3rd place, the 2nd place, and the 1st place. So if you're one of those, please come forward. Podium, here we go. 3rd place, Pence. Come on down, Pence. 2nd place, Coach. Come on down, Coach. And the winner is Abraham Lincoln, appropriately. All right. So, for 3rd place, we have a box of Idaho potato chips and an Idaho Spud bar. Congratulations. 2nd place, we have Idaho potato chips and an Idaho Spud bar in there somewhere. If not, come find me. We'll get you another one. And the winner, would you like to reveal yourself? Come on, Abraham Lincoln. Oh, all right. David Leroy. Oh, they all work together. We will run this up, and we have 2 boxes of potato chips as well. Those go with it. All right. Congratulations on winning the Idaho Trivia. Good job, everyone. All right. Let's all right. I told you we'd have some fun here. Next up, we're going to hear another musical number from the Boise Chordsmen. So last year, you recall, they sang us their classic song, There Is No Z in Boise. Apparently, listening to some of you, we really didn't take that message to heart. So they've come back with a revised version of this song, of the Boise song. Following that, we'll hear from Representative Monica Church, and we'll go to that point. Boise Chordsmen, please welcome them back.
There is no Z, so your C in Boise, but there is no Z in Boise. C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y. What you say is what you see. It's not misleading like Alec Berkeley. There is no Z in Boise. B-O-I-S-E in Boise. In
All right, one more thank you for the Boise Chordsmen. Thank you so much for coming again. Thank you. And a big thank you to our MC, Representative Jeff Ehlers, for all his hard work. I should have brought a step stool. I am on my tiptoes right now, so you can kind of see me. And to the pictures of C. Sandris and Speaker Mike Moyle, my grandfather used to say that God made few perfect men and the rest he covered in hair. So. And if you're wondering why you have two pins, well, a week ago I was told that our order might not make it, so I had to make an emergency second order because I wasn't going to be the freshman that screwed up and didn't get the pins here on time. So you get double the fun this year. So as we celebrate the eve of one of our country's important birthdays, I spent some time considering Idaho's last big birthday, the Idaho Centennial. Maybe some of you remember the celebration. My memories include riding on the caboose of a Union Pacific train into Boise with my grandfather and my family. We began that day with a celebration of our country's First Nations and the immense contributions that tribal communities had made and continued to make to our great state. I ended that afternoon sitting between my grandparents in a convertible Model T parading around the capital city. There's a beautiful watercolor of that parade that was distributed all across the state, and I was removed. To add insult to injury, my grandparents have had a copy of that painting in the living room for 30 years. So celebrations are important. They remind us of memories and give us an opportunity to have important conversations about the future. And so for my closing remarks, I'd like to read from the then governor's address to the legislature on the eve of Idaho's centennial. Governments and communities before us sketched out an idea for a very special place, a place with magic in her mountains, a place where God's gifts are abundant, a place where all spirits and where the good in all people can be nurtured. They knew this was a rich and blessed place that would attract the bold and benevolent. Idahoans in the past did us well. Now it has fallen on us to inherit the stewardship of this idea, this place called Idaho. And let us begin today and every day, not as a collection of individuals, but as a family of Idahoans. What we are, what we will be, begins and ends with our people, the young and old, the strong and the weak, those similar and different from us, all are Idaho. Let's consider all of Idaho's people, and when faith in ourselves and guidance from above, let us strive to be the kindest, most compassionate generation of Idahoans. Let us work together to accomplish great things. These words ring as true today as they did back then, so let us all remember the greatness of Idaho and our obligation to her future. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Church. Very well done. We'll now wrap up. We'll have another song. This is called I Hope There'll Be Pine Trees in Heaven. This is a song written by an Idahoan about Idaho. It'll be performed by Haley Christensen, a junior at Meridian High School. And then we'll all stand and sing, and Representative Weber will lead us in Here We Have Idaho. You'll have the first verse and the chorus in front of you. Following that, we'll turn it back to the speaker to bring us to order. So please welcome the wonderfully talented Haley Christensen.
Hope there'll be pine trees in heaven, with mountains all covered with snow. Mountains all covered with snow. With all the places to rest in, like we have here in Idaho. I hope there'll be pine trees in heaven to shade the clear streams where they flow, with water that's nectar for drinking, like we have here in Idaho. Oh, I love all the hill streams and valleys. The thought of them gives me a thrill, and I think I could stand leaving this world if I knew they would be with me still. And if there aren't pine trees in heaven, I hope there's some place I can go, where they'll have all the things I'll be missing, 'cause there's no place I'd rather go. Oh, I love all the hill streams and valleys. The thought of them gives me a thrill, and I think I could stand leaving this world if I knew they would be with me still. 'Cause if there aren't pine trees in heaven, I hope there's some place I can go, where they'll have all the things I'll be missing, 'cause there's no place like home, sweet home.
Well, it's our turn. Our time to stand and join together as we celebrate our great state and great tradition of singing, Here We Have Idaho. Here we go. You put the wonders our land does possess, its beautiful valleys and hills, the majestic forests where nature abounds. We love every nook and rill, and here we have Idaho, winning her way to fame. Silver and gold in the sunlight blaze, and romance lies in her name. Singing
Before bringing the House back into order, I want to thank the committee. Didn't they do an amazing job? I think they did awesome. And each and every one of the performers did an amazing job. We're so very blessed to live in Idaho. But we have it good here, guys, and it's all of our jobs to keep it that way. I do want to make one quick comment and thank VIP, but next to her is our good friend David Leroy Bruce, but at the very end is a good gentleman that all of us know named Lyndon Bateman. And he used to sit down here with the rest of us, and today Lyndon gave me a gift that I will cherish for eternity. What Lyndon did was hand wrote the Constitution in a book for me, and he illustrated it with the different presidents and other historical facts from Idaho. It's amazing. I'll let you look at it, but you can't touch it. I will always remember when I came to this building, I always knew how special Idaho was, but Lyndon installed with me just how special Idaho was and how we sometimes forget our history and we sometimes forget all the miracles that happened to make this great state. And I will always be grateful to you, Lyndon, for your teaching me and helping me, my good friend. I love you to death, and I'm glad you're here, and I will always cherish this. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Again, I thank everybody, and may we not forget how blessed we are to be here and what a blessed day we have. The House will be in order. Before going into these, the House is the third order of business. The House will now advance to the fourth order of business, consideration of best.
Puts a stake in the ground that says we have a sovereign right to protect what's ours.